subscribe to our channel, and hit the like button for more engaging content. As we dive into the world of sports, a question arises. Can a sports analyst openly admit to not watching a game without causing a stir? Let's take a look at Charles Barkley's hilarious game blunder that left Ernie Johnson in stitches. Charles Barkley attributes the success of Inside the NBA to the camaraderie he shares with his co-hosts, and a recent clip from his March Madness analysis demonstrates this perfectly. During the NCAA men's basketball tournament, Barkley has been teaming up with Ernie Johnson and Kenny Smith for pregame and halftime shows. And despite Shaq's absence, their dynamic chemistry continues to produce hilarious viral moments reminiscent of their NBA show. Ernie Johnson began analyzing the first half of the Illinois versus Xavier game and passed the discussion to Sir Charles for his insights. However, there was a hitch. Barkley hadn't been watching that specific match. In fact, he openly confessed, much to the delight of the rest of the crew. This like-hearted moment on CBS serves to reassure those who might be concerned about the quality shift as Inside the NBA moves from TNT to ESPN. It's unlikely that most sports analysts could openly watch a different game without causing trouble in their job. But Charles Barkley is an exceptional commentator who often makes bold statements, such as criticizing Jay-Z or not knowing players' names during halftime shows. Yet he continues to be popular. The fascinating account of how Travis Kelce once dressed up as Charles and why Charles Barkley desired to be known as Travis. Growing up, the NFL star Travis Kelce had a peculiar fascination for NBA legend Charles Barkley. And so much so that he used to don the basketball player's name while playing dress up as a child. Interestingly, the tables turned when Barkley expressed his desire to be called Pratis. This unusual bond between these two sports icons began when Kelce was just 7 years old. One day, his father, diehard Philadelphia 76ers fan, decided to paint their family van in the team's colors and plaster it with Barkley's face. This move sparked Travis's infatuation for the larger-than-life NBA star. In an attempt to imitate his idol, young Kelce started going by Charles at school. His classmates found this amusing, but Kelce was adamant about maintaining the illusion. In a twist of fate, years later, Barkley himself expressed his wish to be called Travis. In support of his argument, it could be argued that there was considerable anticipation for Michigan State's match against Bryant. Many people believe that the second-seeded Spartans have the potential to astound the world by clinching the NCAA men's tournament title over powerhouses like Duke and Florida. That said, one might question whether Barkley was excessively focused on a game that ended in a 25-point victory for the opposing team. Ultimately, it's up to the reader to make that judgment, Paul. Ernie Johnson's analogy of feeling like a traffic cop on Inside the NBA has never resonated more than it does in this recent instance with Charles Barkley. It might have turned into an awkward situation for the show, but instead it was transformed into a golden TV moment as the panel mercilessly teased the ex-NBA star for failing to accomplish the one task he was assigned that night. Although March Madness is brief, I'm glad that the NBA season and playoffs are approaching because it means more thrilling moments with Charles Barkley and the team. However, it's a bit disappointing not to see Shaquille O'Neal on the March Madness crew, as he certainly could benefit from some additional income following his losses in the Jake Paul fight, and wait for the final season of Inside the NBA on TNT, then follow it as it moves to ESPN and ABC in the next season. Charles Barkley might joke about returning to flattery, but I bet the panel will continue their funny acts and tricks on a new network, given how they've been entertaining during this tournament coverage to uh, and on a lighter note, it's clear that Charles Barkley is a master of the art of doing absolutely nothing and getting paid for it. Um, with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,